Alright, my queue popped for Tender Valley. I'm nervous. I haven't really done dungeons with people a whole lot. I'm gonna try to describe what I see. We have luck, but it's a desert, but actually a fair amount of greenery, like some bushes, cacti, lots of different varieties of cacti, those that will actually attack us and kill us. Actually, really good opening FMV, to be entirely honest. It's beautiful here. It's a beautiful cactus land. I'm gonna come back, I think, after to read these things, because I'm in a group and I can't really take that time. Alright, we are pulling wall to wall apparently. That's one of the other reasons I don't like doing these with people, because I don't want to go that hard. I just want to, like, play and take my time. You know. Holy number 1, holy number 2 coming off. Luckily, tank is good, don't have to heal a lot of see get a flower on him, no effect there. Like using those back together. When I was doing all of the dungeons that were required for the storyline, I could do them with trust. And I went with red mage, so I haven't really healed. I keep putting regen on him instead of using the flowers. Right on the fruit. This last one. It's not so hard yet, but yeah, we have groups of cacti, different varieties, big guys with a lot of AoEs around them and line AoEs you have to dodge out of. A bunch of little guys that we got. One of them has a flower on his head. Shield here. This big guy. What the hell are you getting hit by? Defeat my misery. This big guy kind of looks like a pineapple. That's how it was described in the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel video for this dungeon, which I've watched twice to make sure I'm okay for it. The boss fights are interesting. The developers have continued to make fights that are, in my opinion, unique, crazy, but not too crazy, you know. The only ones I don't like, the mechanics I really don't like, are the ones where you kind of have to memorize a pattern that has shown up. So you see this pattern, and then you gotta kind of, you gotta remember where the good spots are and the bad spots are. But first boss is like a big buff. It's called the Barrel Tender, big buff cactus. Barbella, I believe it's just unavoidable AoE. Party light. Jumps in the middle, heavyweight needles, so look for the big opening and stand in the middle of it, because and he's going to do it again. Get close to him, it makes the distance you have to run a lot less. Alright, 2 of those in a row. I'll keep doing these poses with cactuses, like cacti tend to do. Already got him down to 62. Tender drop. That's gonna put a whole bunch of cacti on the field. Look for the ones that don't have flowers, and you get pushed back into that area. The outside does have spikes, so you do want to be close to the knockback center. I thought I was actually maybe a little bit too far, but we got lucky. Run to the tank next time, really into the boss. Okay, quickly right. So his right side is going to be bad, but then also most of his left side. A lot of his AoEs will change. tank buster. Fully no damage whatsoever taken by the tank. Either because probably a combo of him and me doing tender drop again, cactuses up, cacti on the ground. I'm gonna get knocked back this way. Oh shit. I don't know. Oh, there's a safe spot here. I never knew that. I didn't see that in the video. Cool, there was a safe spot nearby. That's why. Okay, interesting. Later on in the fight, it gets way harder. Didn't have to put up with that. But I think we're gonna come back in explorer mode. Just take a little bit of time. You can choose to, come back with me or not. But this should also complete a quest, so we'll do that part as well in the video, and then do this explorer mode by myself. This bird has a cool laser line attack. I'll do a stun again here. Oh, okay. You healed. Do warriors get like a big self-heal? I haven't had a warrior tank in a while. Tetragrammaton. We get to slide down these. I'll describe these better, but we've slid down 2 water chutes now, which are fun. Kind of like a mix between a bird and a rock. I guess this bird is made of rocks. What the fuck are you getting hit by? What was that? I don't have regen on him because I want to use my flowers more, but that might be a mistake. His health went down hard and fast. What was that? Did those monsters explode or something? Alright, this is all about these. You got circles and squares. You got a big old bomb boss. He'll throw bombs. See those black lines? So just be where the bombs aren't gonna hit. I can be like here and probably safe. Those bombs become big circles. This is he's throwing into red, so it's going to make the explosion come out of these circle tunnels. So the lines along that. Pretty cool again. And this time you got to dodge the bombs and the circle, so I'm going to be over here. Tank is doing a great job. You don't stand on the tank and probably just fine. There's not really a pattern, I think. I think he's going to do square next, but aside from that, I don't believe there's a pattern. Square. So I can be on a certain spot. The line, oh shoot. Bombs in succession. spread up mechanic. Easy lemon squeezy, and then a stack up mechanic. Love when we go to the boss. Let's go to the boss and go. He didn't need my shield in the other one because he doesn't blow the shit out. He has vulnerability up. And he's gonna be dead before he goes off. Cool. I don't think I need 690 anything anymore. This is just mostly to get this quest off my log and whatever. Got 4 floating eyes. Yakoi orb. Get my dots off if I can, right? We got 2 floating cubes that like do this little spin move, and 1 kind of walking stone statue kind of looking thing. We'll get 1 more quick step. Doesn't last long, but it will interrupt me from the second. Why am I getting hit? Oh shoot! I think I read about that. I heard about it. They have there's an AOE like explode. Interesting. Anybody in AOE is getting hit by that. That's interesting. What is damage delta increase? It's permanent? Bard permanently buffs damage? That's cool. I didn't know that. Notice this, we were launched on here. That's gonna come into play on a boss mechanic soon. I got 2 of the eye thingies. Some tanks will choose not to do these all together for a very specific reason that you'll find out really quickly. Because it's annoying to do it all together. And once again, we lost our red lead. Okay, sure, okay. I'm safe here. Yeah. Did it without having to go with the rest of the group. Yeah, so he'll direct energy at these outside things. Just, I'm safe here again. No, I'm not. Shit. Hold on. Yeah, that wasn't safe. And then you have to just hide behind a wall to avoid the direct energy from those things. We have a big urn or vase that is made of ceramic something, cracking open, lots of light coming out of it as it cracks. And from out of it, we have this jelly bean looking guy, yellow, with a circular mouth with 4 sharp teeth in it. On top of its head is like this little Chocobo headdress thing. Inexplicable entity. I don't need 690 gear on anything. Alright, here we go. This one is also hard, in my opinion. Lots of things to kind of like use your eyeballs really good. It doesn't start out right though. I think this is just party-wide AoE, and then you'll have spikes on the outside. So you can't go into spike zoning anymore. Bouncy Council is the hard thing to do. Not impossible, but These guys are all gonna have little lines. I should be safe here. So they're gonna have lines. Yeah, see it. Those little blue things become the entire thing. The direction they're walking back and forth. That will be combined with circular guys. So now we have the circuit. These are all going to have little circles around them. They're going to be like rotating in circles. So they're all going to be a bigger circle. Those are going to be combined later. 2 circles and 3 line guys. Labyrinth. This is fun. Look for the. So we want to go to the circle. To get there, we're going to go... Okay, I'll just follow you guys. If you don't make it to the circle, you will die. Although, did the tank just use a move to mitigate all damage? I don't remember seeing that. Did we take damage that entire time? Not a lot of it. Okay, so 3 circle guys. You want to move away from those. I have... Okay. And then I think I should be safe here, yeah. Oof, got bone. Okay, this slime guy is going to be 3 group up mechanics in a row. We're just gonna move a little bit after each one. We'll go this way. Get out of the slime that's left behind. And then you're going to have a knockback. You just want to be knocked back, not into the spikes and not into the puddles. Or use the move that prevents you getting knocked back. Why are you taking so much damage? Oh, do you have a fucking... Oh. Sorry, we won. Didn't miss. I think he had a dot on him. A little squeaky bean explodes, but explodes into a little guy. Now he's just a little bean. And he's panicking. And he runs and splashes into the green liquid. Our tank was basically naked. Don't look if you're a youngin'. Alright, do we want any loot? Nah. Alright, cool. We will exit and continue with the quest. I think. We'll see. No, it doesn't automatically put us there. Okay. Let us go to there. It belongs in a museum. Okay, so we want to go... luckily, well not luckily, on purpose, my home point, my return is still set to Liolal. So we'll go there. And then what just happened? I like to save just a tiny bit of gil. We're gonna run into, what's it called? Shaloni. And then from Shaloni, it's just gonna be 100 gil to teleport over to 100 gil? Yeah, 100 gil. I think Meowhitassen? I can't remember what it's called right now. Started with an M. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. I thought it was over here. Hold on. I gotta make it visible. There we go. How about now? Cool. Meowhitassen. 100 gil. And we're not gonna use an ether ticket, which I just found out I can get because Blue Mage naturally... Not naturally, sorry. Blue Mage, when you do the Blue Carnival, the Masked Carnival, that's how you get these hunting, what are they called? Allied Seals. And you can buy tickets for free teleportation. Awesome. Did not know that. Lots of stuff in this game I have no idea. I've never done a hunt. You can get some blue spells from some hunt mobs, and I might check it out, but I don't know. There's already a lot I'm doing, but we have Zai-chan, or sorry, Zesahan, who we'll talk to continue this quest, I guess, not complete it. You are returned, and with nary a needle to be seen. I experienced them firsthand myself. The pain was simply indescribable. That said, once it subsided, I was surprised to find that the lower back pain which had ailed me for years had completely vanished. I think he's making a funny little reference to acupuncture. Now, tell me of your expedition. I wish to hear everything. What did you see? What was hidden deep within those ruins? Cutscene. Right, we're next to that little waterfall. Standing in the shallow runoff from it. I see. How truly remarkable. To think that the structures of a separate civilization lie in the depths of the Yakoi ruins, and at their deepest point, a great serpentine creature awaited. What? I didn't say that. This is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a significant discovery regarding Zak Tural's history. Tell me, what thoughts have you concerning the valley's depths? My options are, I dare say the ruins predate the Yakoi, or it reminded me of the ancient Ronkin ruins I saw in another world, or seemed special, I guess? Or, I've no doubt there were many gospels that foretold of the great serpent's majesty. I don't want to do this. Okay. Now that we've run the dungeon, I want to read those things. So explorer mode. Can I go? I can go by myself, right? So I can just do this. What? Why not? Hold on. What are you doing? It's just by myself, right? Yes, thank you. I didn't know he was gonna ask me, freaking quiz me. What's this stuff? What is this shit? Oh, you can just like look at what it... That's what my LB3 looks like as a healer? And you're kind of like praying. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know it existed. Alright. Zaysahan's expedition. Though I spoke with some few Hetsaru and Shaloni before my expedition, they had precious little to say about the ruins. I did learn, however, of a cautionary tale told to their young, that to enter the valley comes at the risk of great swelling pain from Sabatender's needles, a pain I quite acutely feel at this very moment. Got a little, I didn't even notice little sagebrush tumbleweeds rolling through, that's cute. Well, I think my jog should remain. Yeah, we have a trail that we run down. We have rocks, again, desert-colored rocks. You know, reds and mostly reds and browns. Cacti all along the sides of it. Summon striking dummy. Oh, cool. I didn't know that about Explorer mode. I didn't know Explorer mode really existed. I had to ask. I just did a quick Google search. So we have our rectangular arena where we fought the first boss. We have a cliff passage between taller cliffs here. Some ruins. Got some person-made stone. I'm gonna go with man-made. I don't care. Man-made stone buildings, almost like actually may have been built into. Actually, yeah, definitely built into the cliff face here. You have wheels and baskets and stuff. Zaysahans, whatever. Expedition log. I'm in awe of the sheer splendor of these ruins. It is clear to me they could not have been made by the ancestors of the Hetsaru or Tonawauta. From the architecture, I dare say they are of Yakoi make. For those who built Zorgor the Boundless, constructing edifices of such magnitude is a feat well within their capabilities. On the other hand, the subtle design of the engravings on the structure and the ingenuity of the aqueduct are unlike anything I have seen in Urquepacha. Perhaps these discrepancies can be attributed to cultural differences with the Yakhoi who came to these lands. And then we slide down the first water slide. And land somehow still alive on the ground. What was that? Is that Moon Brita? My wind-up Moon Brita coming in? We're just kind of in... like, over the edge. You can't jump down because it doesn't let you, but there is... like, this is built into a gorge. This is a vast city. You know, apparently there's part of the Grand Canyon you're not allowed to go into, and it had, like, you're not allowed to. The government keeps you out. Like, you can't, and there's a lot of speculation about what's in there, like ruins or whatever. Are these eerie, stone-like creatures void sent, or perhaps golems? Whatever they may be, they demand we leave this place even as they attack us. It is all I can do to scribble down these notes while evading their relentless assault. As I labor to breathe, a thought occurs to me. They could be mammoths created for the purposes of mining resources. Yet, the most logical explanation for their aggression would be that they are a defensive mechanism left behind by the Yakhoi. Though my guards appear similarly fatigued, we can hardly retire now, not when the promise of a great new discovery lies just before us. My tank took a lot of damage from one of those group up fights. With the bird. It wasn't until the end, though. I am suspecting that they have, okay, so it was Moon Brita being resummoned. I'm suspecting they have some kind of, like, death explosion, or... I don't know. We have another expedition log. I don't care for a second. An entity which appears to be, for lack of a better term, a walking chimney guards the doors leading into the ruins. The doors themselves possess a design wholly unfamiliar to me, and I cannot help but feel we are on the verge of discovering something incredible. Alas, the pain from the needle which pierced my lower back worsens. What's more, the arm of one of my guards is paralyzed, leaving him incapable of lifting his sword. We cannot hope to face that thing in this state. Though my heart breaks, we have no recourse but to withdraw. Alright, so the question is there going to be anything beyond here? No more of his notes, at least, but I think I recalled seeing at least one or two other things clickable. Now we're, like, entering a temple where we fought against a bunch of those floating eyes, and I think this was the first time we ran into, like, the walking stone golems and the floating cubes. And we had that green pathway that shot us forward. And shoots us again. Yeah, ride that green wave. And then we had all these urns over here that lit up. So yeah, the mini boss will direct beams of energy to these urns, and you'll see if this urn is lit up. Very, very, very good odds, I believe, that this urn is not going to be lit up, so you can hide on this side. Same for this thing. In fact, I wouldn't even say very good odds. I think that it's 100% that if this one's lit up, this one won't be, because it's not gonna. I don't think they made it so that you only have one little safe zone. Like, if this one is lit up, this one won't be. Like, yeah. Anyway. This is where we fought the final boss, right? So I guess that was it. There was nothing else. Cool. Explorer mode is fun. Tell me what you really like. Let's make sure we turn it off before I... Okay, where'd you go? Wait. How'd you get down here? He's over in Warlord's Echo. How did you get over there? Yeah, I'll use a ticket, sure. 558, I don't want to pay that. I'm confused how we got over there. Wait, I didn't answer. I didn't finish that cutscene though. What the hell? I didn't finish the cutscene with the other dude. I'll never know. That's bullshit. I exited out of it. You're supposed to be able to redo it at that point. That's bullshit, man. I hate this right now. Okay, sorry. Well, it says speak with Zai. Well, actually, hold on. He's over here. Let's see. Let's hope. We'll find out. I'm pleased to see you made it, Mercy. I came by Alpaca, and for a blessing felt no pain in my lower back the entire ride. Perhaps the medicinal applications of sabotender needles is a field deserving of further study. A subject for another time, perhaps. The personage before us is the self-same individual who informed me that Yakoi ruins may exist in Shaloni. They looked after me when I came here previously to conduct fieldwork, and are an extraordinarily erudite individual, well-versed in ancient legends. Tell me, my friend, based on what I've shared with you, were you able to find any commonalities between the legends of your people and the ruins we discovered in Zoktaral? Excluding those, we're talking to a temple chronicler, giant Yakoi guy. Excluding those concerning disease, precious few stories of our ancestors who traversed north have been passed down. But for the valiant warrior who brought the sky ruin low, I would share with you a story regarding the Great Serpent, one we normally would not disclose to outsiders. Please, follow me to the indelible passage. The murals shall explain all. So, my bad. I'll never know what the end of that... I'm not going to restart the entire quest. That's ludicrous. I messed up. It is what it is. I don't know why I'm running. I don't know where I'm going. Really? I can't... Oh god. I don't have flying here yet. It keeps getting better. Alright. I had no reason to have flying here. What quest do you have? Hold on. An illuminating ritual. Oh, it's just for an ether current. Why am I looking it up? It says ether current right there. Of course that's all it is. Stupid. Stupid dum-dum. So we're just running, mounted up and running to the northwest. Just in case I have to fight something, I'll pop away that mage. I should spend some time and actually put some of my... I have a ton of materia. I don't use any of it, and I should. I wonder what kind of materia I should put for all my... I'll look it up, but... Crit seem to be king for basically everybody. Spell speed doesn't seem like a big issue for White Mage. If you do spell speed on Sage, you're you're increasing... Well, I think it'd probably be more important on Sage, but then again... Well, crit doesn't increase your healing on Sage, but it would certainly increase your damage output. Wait. For Sage healing, if you crit with an attack while your target, like while your party member has cardio on them, if you crit with the attack that would then heal the target, the party member. When did it get boosted to 170? I thought it was lower than that. Cool. I think the heal is a crit too. But does that mean that they're tied to each other? Like there's not a separation there? Anyway, we are in the westernmost portion of Urqupacha, and we have the Temple Chronicler, who we'll turn the quest into, and we'll probably have a cutscene here. A legend concerning the Great Serpent is hidden within this mural. Pray gaze upon it carefully as I weave for you an ancient tale. Cutscene. Long, long ago, a sect of our ancestors forged north. There, deep within a valley, they discovered the remains of an ancient temple. The mural on the wall, there's a lot going on. It looks like there's a serpent in the water around a temple, maybe, with a possibly fire and ice god deity thing inside. I don't know, man. Its inhabitants had long perished, and the purpose for which the structure existed was itself an enigma. Yet when our forebears finally delved into its furthest recesses, they discovered a great serpent deep in slumber. It should be noted, our people revere serpents as divine creatures who govern the boundary between worlds. To behold one of such immense power, dormant there within the ruins, they believed it best to build a temple around its chambers, and offer prayers for its divine protection. Yet in the ensuing years, our people were plagued by disease. Time and again, our ancestors offered supplications for divine assistance, but no matter how fervent their prayers, their great serpent never deigned to answer them. We have another mural that has two eye shapes in blue with like red irises. Looks like tears falling down from those eyes. This could overall be a mural of a face, like maybe a purple and blue kind of headband around on the forehead. But there's also a figure of a person in the middle of the forehead area with maybe like a kind of a golden beard. Yeah, I don't know. In the end, a great many of our forebears withdrew from the northern lands. Only the most devout worshippers of the Great Serpent remained, but they too would eventually withdraw in a somber procession, having buried too many brothers and sisters. The sect who remained prayed for the Great Serpent's awakening. They prayed for a salvation that would never come, says Zayakan. Zaysahan, sorry. I hate this name. Yet why should it awaken now? And what incited its aggression? Was it simply by chance that it roused in so foul a mood? Or is there perhaps some underlying reason we've yet to uncover? The devout who held vigil of the temple held this belief. When the great serpent doth awaken, its coil shall envelop the world. In other words, the creature's discovery was itself a pretext to legitimize their territorial expansion north. Yet their prayers fell on deaf ears. Only now, before our benefactor, has the great serpent finally awoken. A peculiar but altogether fascinating turn of events. If the being you encountered truly was divine, mayhap it is you who shall receive its blessings, he says to me. If we consider that our friend here, a traveler capable of crossing the rift twixt worlds, was blessed by a being who governs that boundary, would that not fit the interpretation held by the sect who remained? At any rate, Mercy's testimony and the legends of the Yakhoi shall go a long way in verifying my theory. If I can gather sufficient evidence that these two civilizations, worlds apart, share fundamental values, and prove my thesis, our outlook on history shall be irrevocably changed. Mayhap even an entire new field of study shall be pioneered. Does the inception of civilization and its infancy bear similarities in each reflection? Was there some localized connection between them, such as a planar fissure? Or perhaps there was some all-powerful keeper of whispers peering through the veil? Zaysahan says to the giant. Just thinking about what it is that connects us across the rift gets my heart racing. Ha! I certainly have my work cut out for me, and now that you've made the ruins safe, I may resume my expedition and, perhaps more importantly, continue writing my thesis. Just make sure you explore in explorer mode. Master Chronicler, Mercy. Master Chronicler, Mercy. I cannot thank... sorry, Master Chronicler, Mercy. I cannot thank either of you enough for your cooperation this day. I know not where my research will take me, but I have no doubt my pursuit of the mysterious and miraculous will see us cross paths again. Sorry for the sniffles. I'm almost entirely over whatever I caught. The giant looks at me for a couple seconds and then turns and walks around me. And the camera pans up to the wall paintings once more. It belongs in a museum is complete. 3,000 gil, a couple level 11 materia, spell speed and piety. Cool. I want to do the Stray Burrow Deadwalk as well. Gonna watch the video for it and then attempt it. I will see you soon for that. Sorry this took so long. Sorry that I missed out on part of that cutscene. But, yeah, I don't know. It sucks. See you next time.